What's up, everybody? Quit here to make a quick contest entry for Mr. Brandon Hall of Fame, Mr. Hall of Fame. I know it's late. You can't count it or whatever. You've already done the drawing. No worries. I just really want to make the entry for your contest. Show support. Your channel was huge. I mean, as far as for me, one of the first channels that I ever watched. When I first got into record collecting about 5 years ago, and yeah, I mean, I've always loved your channel, from the box sets that you do to the CDs, the countless room tours, how your stuff has changed over the years, and just your knowledge of just not just one particular genre, but all kinds of genres, and I've kind of enjoyed watching you start from a certain place, and now you're kind of into the Japanese pressings now. Like, it's always like a new adventure, I guess you could say, in record collecting, and something I can really appreciate. I go through waves of music, different music and stuff like that, so yeah, I definitely want to make an entry for your contest. I don't do a lot of contests. I just this last month has been really crazy, out of town, kids starting school. So anyways, enough jibber jabbering. His contest was 5 questions. The first one, maybe you'll appreciate this one, but first question was a song with some scary lyrics, or songs that creep you out. And I immediately thought of this. I didn't used to think about this like this way when I was a kid or in high school, but so the album is you can see that Aaliyah, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, which by itself is kind of creepy. But then she's got a song on here, you probably know, Brandon, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, the title track. And I don't know if you know or not, but R. Kelly wrote pretty much this entire album for her. And as you know, R. Kelly's going through some troubles right now with his underage women, so now I really listen to the lyrics, and I don't know, man, it's just really creepy. It kind of sucks because I really like this album, but at the same time now it just creeps me out every time I hear that song, because I think of R. Kelly with all his different ways. And is that what happened with Aaliyah? I mean, I don't know. So that's my entry for that. And so the second question was most stressful part of record collecting. That one was easy for me. So when I first started collecting, I go to a lot of Goodwills like most people, and I didn't have the knowledge base of music like I do now, like jazz and just rock bands from the 70s I never heard of, maybe even some psych, I don't know, that I didn't ever heard of. So the most stressful part of me, what keeps me up at night, is what I left behind. Even now, like, if I don't go to an estate sale or something, like, what record was there that I didn't get? You know what I mean? Or if, I'm too lazy to go to the record store that day, like, what if there was a record, So these thoughts just come into my head. So that's the most stressful part for me, is what did I not get that was there? What if it was like 50% off? What if it was $1? And so I try to make it to every estate sale or garage sale that I see, but it doesn't always happen. And there you go. 3 songs that are a significant part of my life. First one, Blink-182 off the album Dude Ranch. Of course, the song I'm referring to is Damn It. Played a huge part of my life in high school. Me and my friends, when that album came out, it kind of changed the game, as far as music-wise. We, switched over to, skate punk music, and we really loved that album, and we wore it out, on tapes and CDs and stuff. So that was a big one for me in high school. Next one, I've shown this before, but off the Journey Escape album, song is Don't Stop Believin'. So I've shown this before, but that song was a song me and my wife came out to at our wedding, so it has a huge significance for me because of that. And the next one, it doesn't have a specific time period in my life, but it kind of encompasses the entirety of my life, as far as whenever I'm, in a bad mood or, anything, this song, I put it on and it just kind of like, clicks, and just kind of transports me a little bit. But that's Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay. Just an incredible song. I can picture myself just sitting there, you know what I mean? It's such a weird feeling, but so this kind of, not just one specific moment, but it's played a major part in my whole life. So my entry for that. Next is 1 to 5 songs about places that you have been. So I'll start with Mr. George Strait. You weren't expecting to see that one, were you? And the song is All My Exes Live in Texas. So obviously I live in Dallas, Texas, so definitely a place I have been. Next one is a place just north of San Francisco. We used to go, my dad's family is all from Northern California, and so we would go here and rent a house, and they have, it's right on the water, so you can go diving for like abalone and all kinds of different stuff, and just cook out, have a good time, sit on the beach. But it's Sir Douglas Quintet, Mendocino. That was the hit song off of here. So, good moment for me there, always fun. Next one, place I have been several times, Sir Marty Robbins. The song is El Paso. Going through some hard times right now, El Paso, but not my favorite city, I gotta say. But I lived in Albuquerque growing up, and we would go through there on our way to Juarez, or pass through there several times driving from Arizona to Texas. So anyways, El Paso. And my favorite song about a city, the one that my boys in blue, the Dodgers, play every time they win. Mr. Randy Newman off the Trouble in Paradise album. The song is I Love LA. And I do love LA, so very, very cool. My favorite song about a city, right there. And the next one, ask 2 people that you've never talked to about music before, about music, and see what bands they like. So I just took a couple guys at work that we always talk, but never about music. So I asked my friend Dave, Chili Dog, we call him, and surprisingly, he was a big metal guy, Metallica, Motley Crue, anything like, heavy metal stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. Kind of bonded over that, he actually had a lot of old records still. He just doesn't have a turntable, so might actually try to get him set up with something here pretty soon, and get him spinning again. So that was pretty neat. And another guy, Dennis, turns out he had a lot of records too, and he likes everything from Edgar Winter, mostly rock, but Edgar Winter to ZZ Top, liked a little bit of jazz. We talked about Miles Davis a little bit, but he said he didn't like anything much beyond that, which is fine. But so that was kind of cool. I never talked to him about music before, and so now we have something to talk about. So anyways, that is my entry, Brandon. Hope it's all right that it's late. Like I said, don't worry about it if it's not able to get in the contest. That's fine. I just really want to make an entry for your video. Like I said, I've been watching your channel forever, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Here's to another 6,000. All right, see ya.